Hi, my name is Tara Chan, and I am a solicitor at Tanner DeWitt in the Corporate and Commercial Department. Here are some top tips for startups seeking legal advice. The first is plan your meeting. Law firms often offer an initial call or meeting to discuss the background of the startup and give a chance for founders to discuss some of the issues they want to address. Usually this initial call or meeting is not to provide legal advice, but just to understand what kind of work needs to be done. Therefore, we suggest for all startups to come to this meeting prepared with a game plan. We suggest coming in with notes on talking points of the following. The first would be a brief background of the startup. This could be where the startup was incorporated, who are the shareholders, who are the directors, how many shares the company has issued, are there any agreements between the founders, what is the growth stage of the startup, and this is all part of the brief background of the company. Second would be, what are the goals of the startup? This is very helpful for legal counsel to determine where the company wishes to go. Third would be, what are the most important issues the founders think need to be addressed at this meeting? And the fourth would be, what are you trying to seek from this initial call or meeting? We also suggest for all founders to bring documents they think may be relevant to the meeting. If in doubt, bring the documents anyways because they could be useful. All of these talking points and game plan is so that the startup can maximize the value of the initial call or meeting. 2 is conduct during the meeting. Be honest and open. It is very difficult to provide legal advice if we don't understand the full and complete picture of the situation. If you don't understand anything during the meeting, don't be shy about it. Ask your legal counsel to repeat their explanation or try to explain it in a different way until you understand. Also, try to stay on topic during every meeting. Use your game plan to keep you on track. Third tip is take notes. We suggest for every founder to show up to every meeting or call with a pen and paper in hand to take notes. This may seem obvious, but sometimes when notes aren't taken, this is always followed up by the same questions being asked, or legal counsel has to provide a written summary of everything that was discussed. This could all be time and cost saved if notes were taken in the first place. Fourth tip would be ask for a fixed fee proposal. We understand that all startups have a very tight budget. So the best way to approach seeking legal advice is to ask for a fixed fee proposal. That includes the work scope, timelines, and fixed fees for each work scope. This way, the startup can get an idea of exactly how much it will cost for each type of work they require and can then budget accordingly. Once a startup receives a fixed fee proposal, it's also very important to read the proposal carefully. Look at the work scope. Is it for one draft of a document or 2 drafts? Also, carefully read the assumptions, comments, and especially the exclusions. For all work outside the work scope, law firms usually charge on an hourly basis. Therefore, we suggest to ask your legal counsel to inform you if they are about to undertake any work that falls outside the work scope so that there aren't any nasty surprises when the bill comes. Fifth tip is be mindful of time as a limited resource. We all know that startups have very limited budgets, so treat time as a limited and expensive resource. If you can save your legal counsel's time, you're saving your company money. Therefore, we suggest for all interactions or communications with legal counsel to be as clear and concise as possible. This will limit any wasted time going back and forth or seeking further clarification. Also, we suggest to limit the amount of communications with legal counsel. For example, rather than send 10 emails with one question each, try to consolidate all your questions into one email that can be responded at once. Sixth tip is seek legal advice early. We get this question often is, when should a startup seek legal advice? We understand at the beginning, budgets are tight and founders are only focusing on turning an idea into reality. However, based on our experience, legal advice should not be a cost that is overlooked. We suggest to seek legal advice early on. This can help the company create the proper framework that will meet the company's needs and avoid unnecessary issues in the future. It is very common for us to encounter startups that have encountered issues that could have been prevented if they sought legal advice in the beginning. If you seek legal advice early, you can also ask your legal counsel what kind of work needs to be done now and what kind of work can be postponed to later on to save on costs. This way, a company only needs to incur costs that are absolutely necessary for the business at that particular time. You can also ask for fee estimates or fixed fee quotes on documents or work that needs to be done now and later on, so you can budget accordingly. Founders often refer to their company as their baby. Therefore, you can compare legal advisors as pediatricians. It's always best to seek advice or help in the early stages for the best chance of success and growth later on. These are our 6 top tips for startups seeking legal advice. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact us at Tanner DeWitt.